Hello everybody, welcome back to Dave's Other Stuff. If you've been following this the channel a little bit, you know we've been working on that mini bike project, and I have to put that on hold for right now because I have this other project going on with my RV that I have to get done. I'm looking at my timeline, and I need to get my RV squared away because we're going to be back on the road pretty soon, and hopefully I can get back to the mini bike. The quick update on that is I did buy the new carburetor and a throttle plate for it, so that should be it for that. And but we'll get back to that project hopefully soon. The RV, I'm gonna just make this quick here because I gotta run to the hardware store and do some other stuff. I gotta get stuff for this. Some conduit and some little nuts and bolts and screws and stuff to mount some of the things that are going on in here. But I'm replacing the old Onan generator that came in the bounder, and probably the biggest challenge, I guess, is the original Onan was kind of designed in a way that it made its own airflow through here. It was better ducted. It drew air from the bottom over here, and it cooled the engine, the generator portion of it, and came out the other side of it, and came out this the vent in the door. And it was more designed, kind of channeled and ducted, that the air flowed like that. I'm going to mount a new generator. I got a new generator coming. It's similar to the old new portable generator coming. It's similar to my other portable. If you've seen it, it's the Champion 3100s. What I have now. I'm gonna upgrade slightly, put a fresh new more powerful generator in here. The challenge is with the portable generator, the way the air flows through it is much different. It's in its own case. It has an inlet side and an outlet side as far as airflow goes, and it's really not channeled directly fresh air from underneath here. So it just wants to circulate air in the box. Is what ends up happening. So it needs some help. I need to get some airflow going through here. I did test run it in here, even with the door open, and I plugged it. Here's a quick, what I did here was the electrical entrance from the original generator. I have it tied up out of the way here for right now, but I just put an RV plug on that and tied into that. So I plugged that in and turned the generator on, and I turned an air conditioner on, and I left it run, with the door open, and got up to operating temperature or so in here, and after a few minutes, and I thought it was going to be okay, but no, it just kept getting hotter and hotter, and I didn't have a temperature gauge to really know exactly where it was at. Well, it got hot to the point where there's a safety thing in there where it shut itself down, so it absolutely needs more airflow. It needs help. So that's the challenge. That's the number one thing, is getting some airflow in here, and that's what these two fans are about. I've taken I went up to Tractor Supply and I got a sheet of 24 inches by 24 inches sheet metal. I've cut almost half of it off, and with a little bit of snipping and bending, I've formed it in this compartment here. Now I still have to cut the holes in here, and I'm gonna need to trace it out, do some measuring, and trace it out. These fans, after the holes are in, these fans will actually be mounted in from the bottom side. They'll go under here actually, and then I'll probably put some kind of mud flap or something here so that underneath any rocks from the front tire is right there. Doesn't hit the bottom side of the fan. So I'll put some sort of protective, maybe a 4 or 5 or 6 inch piece of rubber, or an old mud flap off of a truck or something to protect those fans. But some other things going on would be, I'm looking at how I'm going to power the fans, when to activate them, when they'll be on, when they'll be off, how that's all going to happen. I got there was a fuel supply up here for the original generator, and I think I'm going to keep that. I put this electric fuel pump up here, and I think I want to just be able to take the cap off of the top of the generator, and I'm going to have a valve on it and a toggle switch and all that, and just be able to fill the generator up in here without having to slide it out or anything. And I have to keep the insulation, you know, the generator has to be secure in here, but it has to be able to be removed easily too, because I think once every 100 hours of runtime I need to be able to change the oil in it. So, you know, all this stuff needs thought out. This is going to work. I have a bunch of parts. There's another way I got to help keep the less heat to go on in here. I can show you a couple of things I got for this whole setup. Like I say, I'm still planning it and thinking it through as I go. But I'll show you a couple of things here that one thing in particular is really going to help with the heat is I found this out. Now, the new generator that's coming is actually going to be another champion. I've really been happy with this generator. I got to thinking, I bought this back in 2013, so it has, you know, it has some time on it, and it may be starting to get a little bit tired. I don't know, but I'm going with the 3500 watt, and it'll still have the remote key fob or starting fob. What I did find was, and this piece fits both the 31 through 3500 models. I have to take this cover off, but this will mount. Well, I'll have to take it off to install it, to put the screws in it. But this will mount or plumb the exhaust out of the case, and then I have this flexible exhaust pipe that'll go on it, and there's a little clamp for it all, so I'll be able to plumb the exhaust down and out the bottom of that compartment, just like the original Onan did. So that'll get some of the exhaust. The other thing is, not only is that extra heat in that compartment, but it's also oxygen depleted, so it's really polluted in there, and engines need oxygen to run right as well. So that'll get that oxygen, that hot oxygen depleted gases outside of the compartment with that. That's going to be a big help too. What else here? And to even make that better, I bought some header wrap. So I believe this is fiberglass, and once this is all installed, this will get wrapped. That helps keep the heat in it and flowing through and outside to the outside. So even less heat will even be in that compartment. Anyway, we're working through that. And from the old generator, there was battery cables for the starter. I bought these. It's just the way I'm going to screw this onto the inside that compartment and put the positive on there and just lock it down. That way it terminates, you know, in a secure way. And if I want to tap into the house batteries for some other accessory, I could just bolt on to put another wire or a lead off of the other side of that. But for right now, that's just a way to safely terminate that cable in that compartment. Anything else? Oh, let's see here. Just some extra mounting stuff for those cooling fans that I'm going to mount it a different way. I'm not going to use those. By the way, those are radiator cooling fans, so it is built for that kind of service, you know, the heat. And I have another component here. We'll get into that as we go. It's going to be a process. Anyway, I got to get to the auto parts store and down to a home improvement store with the cables and hoses and all that. I think I have all the connectors I need, but one thing I missed too was I did have the shutoff valve and the toggle switch for the fuel thing. That was in there somewhere, probably on my table. But you know, there's a lot of screws and protective covers for like wires to run in. You know, I want this to be a neat and safe installation. That's where we're at. I'm going to have some follow-up videos as we go through this on this channel. I'll probably have a kind of a summary on my other channel, which is if you've only been with this channel and not aware of my other channel is Dave's RV Life. So anyway, on my RV Life channel, I'll probably give a summary similar to this, only shorter, less detail, but of kind of what's going on here. And then probably when the project's done, I'll probably show it then. Again, just a quick summary. I want to do this on this channel because this is going to be more lengthy and more in detail. Some of the step-by-step, play-by-play sort of thing on how this goes. And I don't want to bore the snot out of the folks on my other channel. So that's what's going on here. Alright, we'll be back soon with another video. Stay tuned. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll see you. Oh, as I was finishing, Amazon. You know, parts and pieces seem to be coming every day. So I don't know what this is. There they are, more packages.